It's The Drive on The Fan.
Hey, greetings, salutations, and good morning, sports fans. It is The Drive, fresh week for us. We are locked, we are loaded, coming at you here in the St. George Finley Auto Studios on 99.5, 95.3 in St. George. Throughout southern Utah, Cedar City, you can hear us piped in on 93.1, 1400 Parowan. And of course, we're streaming the show on our YouTube page. Just search the Fan Sports Network. You can watch the show if you're up early and at the office, or you can stream us on our app or our website. We are the crew getting you all fired up. Mondays are always our favorite show of the week. Mondays, there's so much to recap from the weekend. Even in the dog days of June, as we get to July, we had the U.S. Open. World Cup continued to roll. NBA Draft Week is here. We've got some hockey news and trades. We are actually loaded on a Monday, aren't we, Paulie?
That's right. For Monday, June 22nd, we're doing pretty good on sports news. So this should be a good show today. I'm looking forward to it.
I start with the obvious. I watched hours of golf Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. A lot of it on my phone while I was golfing. I played a 36-hole Soltis Shamble out at Coral Canyon on Saturday. So watched a good portion of it Saturday on the phone while I was trying to make some putts of my own, and then watched all the way up till about 1 o'clock on the TV on Sunday, and then we hit the lake and ended up watching pretty much the back nine on my phone on the boat. But Wyndham Clark wins the U.S. Open. He survives a brutal Sunday where the greens, I thought, were ridiculously drier and faster. He captures his second U.S. Open title. He goes wire to wire pretty much. The whole week was about Wyndham Clark. And he did get a big push on Sunday, not from Scotty Scheffler, though. It was Sam Burns and even Tom Kim, but did come through with enough clutch shots late to seal it. A Father's Day finish and a great sports moment for Wyndham Clark.
Yeah, it is a great sports moment. I think that Wyndham Clark last season destroying the locker at Oakmont, like some of the comments he's made that I've heard about, like I don't think that this guy is one of the fan favorites on the tour, but he played a hell of 4 days of golf. I mean, realistically, this was wire to wire at a course this tough. I don't know that it's I'd have to look, but I don't think anyone's ever wire to wire led this in the modern era of golf. Have they at Shinnecock?
I'm trying to think. Kevka won it +1 in 2018. I don't remember if he led all 4 rounds. Before that, Corey Pavin came back and won. The last time prior to that, it was a Shinnecock, and I know that one was not wire to wire because he came back and overcame a deficit to win on Sunday. So, I think that this was the 6th U.S. Open they've held at Shinnecock. They got another one in 2034. They got another one in 2051. Miles Russell in 2051, the 17-year-old amateur, would be 42 years old, maybe still playing in that tournament in 2051. It seems like so far down the road. But it was not. He had to battle the course and the fans, and a lot of people don't know exactly. New Yorkers and their fans can be big advocates and be on your side, or they can be against you. And I couldn't tell Sunday if it was slow play, if it was just a locker room incident he had prior, if it was outbursts over the years, but they were not with Wyndham Clark. They were not on his side. So he had to overcome that and the golf course, which is saying something. And I don't know why, but the crowd kind of turned Wyndham Clark into the villain of the U.S. Open. It was very interesting during the Sunday final round to hear kind of the crowd oohs and boos and ahs over his shots going off greens and things of that nature. So U.S. Open, he won it with his putter, though. He absolutely won it with his putter. He putted beautifully. I thought the putt he had up the hill on 15. Or 16.
Yeah, we got that.
That putt, that was probably the most important putt of the entire tournament. because he was leaking oil at that point, and he needed to get one back. And this is how it sounded. This is an uphill. What do you think? 30-footer, 25-footer or so on the par 5 16th. They're really your last birdieable hole down the stretch.
Coming down and in. Unlikely birdie for Clark to open it up to 2.
There's one fan, one Wyndham.
There's
fan.
a one Wyndham guy out there.
I was going to say the crowd sounded good there. Didn't
Yeah.
hear him booing or anything.
Yeah. I mean, that putt looked like it was short when he hit it. He even said he thought he left it short.
It was
just
so
kept
slow.
going.
Yeah.
And just kept going and going. And then his lag putt on 18 when he knows he has the 2 putt. He's in the primary cut of rough, and he actually misses in a really good spot where it's probably the slowest putt on the property. And Wyndham has said, hey, I kept reminding myself that you're the best lag putter out there. And he put it to, not going to miss range to set up the 2 putt. A lot of pressure knowing you have to par the last hole of a tournament to win by 1. And oh boy, Sam Burns almost holed his birdie putt on 18. I don't know if you guys saw that, but falling to his knees, Burns just nipping the edge. It just broke right off the right edge of that final 72nd hole. Sam Burns put on a pretty good charge on a Sunday, and you wondered who was going to make a run. You thought it might be Scotty Scheffler. It really wasn't Scotty.
No, I was watching the full final round, and Wyndham and Scotty being paired together kind of showed the hot hand that day. I mean, Wyndham was matching par for par, birdie for birdie, and then when Scheffler was trying to make his run, try to get back in the mix, he just missed so many putts. I mean, watching Scheffler yesterday, I thought that this was the best player in the world, is what I thought, but he was not putting like the best player in the world yesterday. I mean, he missed multiple birdie putts. He tapped in for par. That one shot where he hits a great putt and it rims out, right? And then he misses the par putt, the very next putt. So
yeah, 3-putted it.
He 3-putted that hole, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it just was an ugly display from Scheffler, who kind of was lurking, and a lot of people like Dave Portnoy and some of the other notable Barstool guys were all putting live bets on Scheffler, thinking, all right, here comes the shark. He sees the chum. Wyndham's coming back to the pack. Burns is coming back to the pack. Here comes Scheffler, and it just never came.
Nope. Scheffler has not played like the favorite,
and that's what
year.
I said on Friday. I feel like the odds are way off for what he should be. He was going off at less than 6-1 for this tournament.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep. It was incredible. Absolutely incredible. So Clark wins the U.S. Open on a notoriously difficult Shinnecock Hills golf course. Probably a bigger achievement of his career, because when you win a second U.S. Open, and I sent you guys kind of the graphic on guys that win majors, right?
Sure.
It's very difficult to win majors. You got to fend off the best of the best. And Wyndham Clark now has as many majors as Johnny Miller, Greg Norman, Bernard Longer, Dustin Johnson, Bryson DeChambeau. And he has more than big names that we used to root for, guys like Freddie Couples and Jimmy Furyk and Adam Scott and Justin Rose.
Yeah.
If he gets one more major win, he'll join Payne Stewart and Jordan Spieth on the list with 3. So like, we're starting to see Wyndham have a resurgence. A lot of people have linked his resurgence to his new girlfriend and how it's kind of changed him, and that he's in love right now. Are you buying that?
Yeah, well, love does a lot for people, buddy.
There was some photos. So I did a little investigative reporting on the girlfriend. She is an influencer, California girl. Of course, Wyndham plays out of Cherry Hills, Colorado. He's from the Denver, Colorado area.
Emily Tanner.
She's posting, and he's out at the U.S. Open, and he's looking at her and with a smile on his face, and she's capturing these photos. Like, he found her in the gallery.
Yeah, he did. I'm sure
he had somebody rooting for him, even if most of the fans were rooting against him.
Yeah, he had one very notable fan.
Look, and Wyndham Clark is still trying to rebuild his reputation. He destroyed the locker room in frustration last year at Oakmont.
Yeah.
And the New York fans probably openly rooted for him, that being the main reason.
Yeah, Emily Tanner has 730,000 followers on Instagram, his influencer girlfriend.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
She's a notable fan for sure.
Yep. I hope you had a great Father's Day weekend. Our national championship, our 126th edition, is in the books. Did want to give a shout out to Zach Blair, though. Zach Blair, who 3 of the last 4 years has got through on golf's longest day. He did not disappoint. He was kind of carrying the mantle for the Utah golfers. Patrick Fishburne just missed getting in the U.S. Open. Tony Finau slipped in the world rankings. He didn't get through on the qualifying site that Zach won at, was co-medalist at. And a pretty good run for Laserbeam as Blair, two really good rounds to get to the weekend. And then he finishes middle of the pack. He didn't do anything extraordinary on the weekend, but 3 over in the final round of the U.S. Open and tie for 32nd place. I thought, for Zach Blair, he was, if you were tiering lists, he would have been right there on one of the bottom tiers. And for him to make the cut and then finish mid-pack of the guys that made the cut, I thought a very successful Father's Day weekend for Zach, who has a couple kids of his own now. Yeah. He went 71, 70, 72, and then 73 on the tough, windy layout out in New York.
Yeah.
Bogeys on 11, 14, 15. A couple birdies on the day, including, I think it was 4 and 12. But 72 players made the cut Friday. He was 32nd. So pretty much dead middle of the pack. And, that's a good showing for Laserbeam. Right? Who's flirted with losing his card and somehow finds a way to keep it, and then he has to go back to the Korn Ferry Tour, and then he wins a tournament there, and he gets his card back. He had a medical exemption, and he came back after a surgery and kept his. I mean, he's the fact of the matter is, for him to be out there grinding for this long shows you how gritty of a golfer he is, and he has been really good on tough golf courses.
Yeah.
And so shout out to ZB.
Yeah, shout out for sure.
Who spends a lot of time
great tournament
in Utah. Last time I played with Zach, I think we played Sun River, which his dad owns, Sun River and Bloomington Country Club. Jimmy Blair, who was also a PGA Tour player. Of course, Zach went to BYU. He's went to Fremont High School. Still has a house up in Orem. When they introduced him on the tee, it's Orem, Utah. Of course, just a very, very great putter. Not a long ball hitter. His driving stats, I think he was like 284 at the U.S. Open. Not a bomber by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
So good run there. Wyndham Clark, your 2026 U.S. Open championship winner. He wins it by 1 with the par on the 18th hole over Sam Burns. Sam Burns is the only player of the last 3 U.S. Opens to finish in the top 10 in all 3.
That's pretty impressive.
He has been right there in the last 3 U.S. Opens, and he keeps coming up short. And, I had him on my fantasy foursome team that we drafted on Wednesday of last week.
I got the results for that as well.
Oh, yeah. Update our listeners on who had the best teams.
All right. We'll go from last to first because I'll keep the conclusion a little suspense for everybody out there. In 4th place, and unfortunately, the winner of Breakfast for Everyone in the studio is Brian Young. 478,454. He's one of our co-workers in the office, decided to jump in on the draft, and his first go at it was tough. Less than 500.
We'll have him back. If he keeps buying breakfast, we'll just keep having him back.
We'll take him back. All right, in 3rd place.
On paper, though, he had Xander Schauffele, he had Russell Henley, he had Cam Young, and he had Brooks Koepka.
Yeah. So he had a good team on paper. Yeah, it just didn't really add up.
But with Henley and missing the cut, Cam Young faded on the weekend.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
So
he was 8 over for the tournament.
Xander was really his only top 10 finisher.
Yes, he had a tough group. Next, 3rd place was Tara with Rory, Ludwig, Bryson, and Hatton. She came in at, $1,260,842. So very close.
Bryson cost her.
It did.
You roll with him thinking he can't possibly miss 3 cuts in a row at major championships, and then he falls apart. Bryson's game is just not tidy right now.
It's just not good. Yeah. I came in 2nd with 1.25, 102 million. I had, let's see, my team consisted of, if I can remember them here, it was
Matt Fitzpatrick,
Scotty Scheffler, Matt Fitzpatrick, Siwoo Kim, who missed the cut, and Patrick Reed, who missed the cut. I was really saved by Scheffler getting into the top 5. Fitzpatrick played his way down to like T22. So I had 2 guys in the top 25. That kind of helped me. And then in first place for the U.S. Open 2026 golf pool was Devin Dixon. With John Rahm missed the cut.
I know.
Fleetwood did pretty well. He was top 20, wasn't he?
He was T11th.
Goddard shot a high score. He didn't really play too well, but you were saved by the second place man himself, Sam Burns.
Yep.
Your total, $2 million. You were over $2,908,454.
I had
almost $3 million.
I mean, a miscut, a second, an 11th, and a T43.
That's right.
So those 3.
Pretty
yeah,
solid.
and John Rahm, I mean, he had a really good first round. And then the second round, he blows up.
Yeah.
I mean, just absolutely chokes, really. He shoots 78, 8 over par, just chops and chops and chops. And he's a guy that I always like in major championships.
Sure.
He went, for starting on hole 12, he's 2 over par, right? He's a shot or 2 inside the cut line.
Yeah.
Cut ended up being +4. So he's 2 over going to his final 9 holes. He goes par, bogey, 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 double bogey on the par 5.
Not great.
Par to shoot 41, 6 over on the back 9 and missed the cut by 4. So just completely unraveled on the back 9.
Yes.
So a lot of fun. We failed to do a fantasy foursome for our listeners. We did one of the Masters, but we didn't do one at the PGA or the U.S. Open. I just spaced it. So I apologize to our listeners. They always love. We even had a couple random people sending in their teams, but we didn't do the contest, which we normally do. So we'll have to bring that back for the Open Championship across the pond, and we'll have to wrap up our last major, and we'll get some rounds of golf as a giveaway and some other cool prizes. We are off and running. We'll take a break. When we come back, big deal, no big deal, coming up next on the Fan Sports Network from the Finley Hyundai Studios on a Monday, fun day. Stick with us.
Welcome back to The Drive on The Fan.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. It's The Drive on the Fan Sports Network. Coming out of the Findlay Hyundai Studios. Still got time in June to take advantage of the low rates, the rebates, and some of the incentives there. If you buy a new car this month, they're going to get you 2 free tickets to go to Russell Dickerson. If you buy a new car at Findlay Hyundai off exit 13. They're one of the sponsors of the Russell Dickerson 4th of July America 250 celebration. We're closing in on the 4th of July. It won't be too long before he will be in concert. We'll shoot some fireworks off to celebrate our 250th birthday. Let's get into some big deal, no big deal. We do it on a Monday, only on a Monday, but every Monday. And it's brought to you by Zag. Don't zig, just zag. Let's rock.
All right, let's get started here as we've got 4 big ones to handle. But let's start with USA. USA, the U.S. men's national team, is on to the knockout round with a huge 2-0 win over the Socceroos of Australia.
Big deal.
Yes.
Big deal. The U.S. didn't just beat Australia 2-0. They clinched a spot in the World Cup round of 32.
Yes.
And
The
if you would have
knockout
told U.S. soccer fans, if you would have told me in the group play, USA would be 2-0 without Christian Pulisic playing the entire game against Australia and only the first half, I think fans would have been like, ooh, he's our best player. That's huge.
Okay,
So you have to keep this. I think Alex Freeman's emergence.
Yes. Antonio's son.
Yes.
Former Packer. I didn't know that.
The defense's performance have fans believing that they can make a legitimate run. I'm still not sure they can get past the quarters, but they have a chance. They've turned some heads. It's on American soil. This team is relevant, and we weren't sure. I mean, the odds said otherwise. Remember the odds before the tournament on the U.S. of A?
Let me get the updated odds on the U.S. to win the
We
World
were like
Cup.
50-1.
Or more than that.
Was it more than that?
I think it was.
What was it, 65-1? I'm trying to remember. I
gonna
knew it was
check.
a longer shot. And then I
Yes.
thought it was 50-1, and then I thought after the first win you said it went down to 36-1.
Let's
if I
check
remember
the current
correctly.
odds. I think the current odds are pretty high for the U.S. to win.
Still nobody believes they're
World
going to
Cup.
win.
No one believes them. Let's see. Right now they're 35-1. I think they opened the tournament at close to 100-1.
That high?
Yeah,
I
I
didn't think it was quite that high.
Let me check the pre-tournament odds.
Yeah,
but-
you could be right because this has not been a great event for the U.S. of A. Of course, we've had it on American soil, and this is a young new team with some new players mixed in with some veterans. Tim Howard came on yesterday.
You were right. 65-1 was what the U.S. was before the tournament began.
Yeah, so it's dropped dramatically.
Dropped almost half. Yeah.
As we know, they're into the knockout round of 32. They still have one game left to play in group play. But I'm certainly going big deal. I mean, if you told American soccer fans before the tournament they'd be 2-0 without Pulisic playing the entire Australia match, I would take it. You would take it. Tara would take it every single time. I think the diehard soccer fans have to be thrilled with what the USA has done so far.
Yeah, and everyone talks about Pulisic, but what about Florin Balogun? He's been nice scorer for him. Weston McKennie, Tyler Adams. They've got some good players on this team. I was asking about the goalie as well. He's just a regular MLS keeper, but he's played really well as well this 2-game run they've had. So,
But you're spot on about Balogun. Balogun is unbelievable right now. His touch, his passing, his ability to create. He's so good with the ball. Now, what happens when he gets up against those, really elite defensive teams?
Yeah.
Australia was okay. We did the Power 15 rankings, and Australia wasn't even in the Power
They were
15
low,
rankings of this field. It's
That's
a 48-team field. USA has climbed inside the top 10, but it was a shutout. And anytime you can get a shutout and you can get 2 goals without your best player, I think you have to categorize that as the big deal.
My cousin was saying that the Aussies ran a 5-4-1 system defensively, which is 5 back, which is they're packing it in, they're playing for the draw. So the U.S. being able to score on them twice, he said, was huge because Paraguay played a more open, let us kind of create more, whereas Australia was trying to restrict passing and movement. So I think winning against both teams shows that this U.S. team is for real. I think they can handle themselves, even if they do get bounced in the knockout. They've already put together a very nice run. I'm going to say big deal. Tara, where do you side on this one?
I think it's a huge deal. Yeah, 'cause nobody really counted USA in, like you guys were saying. So this is awesome. It's been funny, too, seeing all the memes going around that says, if the U.S. keeps winning, do we have to start calling it soccer?
Yeah.
The rest of the world has to call it soccer if
I
we
like
win
that.
it. Yeah.
Succumb to us as the champions of the
Yeah.
hockey world and soon maybe the soccer world. We're still
Right.
alive. So we're keeping the faith alive with the USA. We're all going big deal there. All right, let's go to the next one here. The Rat Pack. Brady Tkachuk joins his brother Matt in a blockbuster trade in the NHL world where Florida sends 3 first-round picks and a second-round pick for the All-Star. Big deal, no big deal here.
Kind of cool storyline that he's reunited with his brother. Like,
Yeah.
you just don't get to see that every day.
That's right.
So if you love that storyline, yeah, I mean, Florida has been a very successful organization. They've got some titles recent years. Teams are. We're ending the NHL's craziest week, right? Teams are starting to make moves before the draft, before free agency. We've seen Toronto active. We saw Seattle grab Mackie Simkovic. Front offices are positioning. Did I say that wrong?
Sam Oskovich.
They're positioning themselves for the summer, and some of the big names might still be coming. Some of the bigger trades. So while I'm getting excited about this period for hockey after the Stanley Cup Finals are over, I would probably go no big deal on this one. I think this is one of the lower stories of the day, and this is not one that moves the needle for me because the Vegas Golden Knights were not involved.
All right, not involved the Knights, so no
And
big deal for double.
This is a huge deal for the Knights because here are their projected lines for next season. Verhey, Barkov, Reinhart. You've got Brady Tkachuk, Bennett, Matthew Tkachuk, Marchand, Lendl, and What is it? How do you say his name? It's Luosterainen. Luosterainen. There we go. And then Rodriguez, Kunin, and Greer. And then you've got Forsling, Ekblad, McCullough, and Jones, and Kulikov, and Bolinskis. Just give him the cup.
No.
Just give him the cup.
Hell no.
He doesn't like that.
No.
This is a big deal
Piss
for
off, Florida.
This is a big deal for the Knights.
For the
Because
Knights,
this team is
they
going to
don't-
be
they
a
don't play in the
nightmare.
same
This team is going
conference.
to be
They
a
don't play in the same
nightmare.
division.
They still have to play them though, and then if they get
Twice.
to the playoffs,
To the cup.
yeah,
They got to get to the cup.
yeah,
This doesn't pertain to the Knights. No way.
they still have to play in regular season.
Pertains to everybody equally.
They still have
That's
to
not
play
in
in
their
regular
conference.
season.
Teams in their conference, their division are probably alarmed.
Yeah.
But Knights are in the West. You wouldn't see Florida till the Cup, and
Yes.
we've seen
And then
dynamic
it's going to
like
go to Florida.
Yeah, but this is the same conversation you could have with the Rams. Let's just give the Rams they got Myles Garrett. Let's just give them the Super Bowl Lombardi Trophy right now.
That's not-
no.
that's not
That
as
is not a
stacked.
conversation
That is
I am
not as
willing to
stacked
have.
as this line and this team right now.
That is not a conversation
Look at
that I'm willing to
this.
have.
There's a little butting of heads
Yeah.
over there.
That's-
Maybe I'll
that's
sort it
good.
out here.
It's good. I
gonna
disagree.
Yeah, you disagree. I'm going to disagree with you too. I think this is a big deal.
Before they played one game together.
Yes, because this guy is an Olympian. He's an all-star. He adds another piece to an already really good team that had a down year last year.
This team is going to be full of
yeah,
villains.
because
Everybody's going
Matthew
to hate
Tkachuk
this
was
team.
injured last year.
What'd you say?
Matthew Tkachuk was injured last year.
Mm-hmm. And now he's fully healthy. He's ready to go.
And now he's got his brother Brady on by his side.
I think it is a big deal. I
Yep.
think they could challenge the Canes in the East. I think those two teams are the top two teams in the East.
On paper.
Now on paper. Well, the Canes have already proved it. They beat your boys.
Yep. No, they did. They deserve to win the cup. I cannot argue that. But
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to give them the cup already. That's the comment from TA. I'm like, no.
He doesn't like that
Every
comment.
NHL player is going to hear that comment,
If the
and
Knights
that's locker
play in
board
the
material.
Stanley Cup, the Panthers next year, I think the Panthers take
why don't you
it.
text that to Lane right
I
now?
will.
Text that to Lane, your buddy Lane, right now. Coach the Crack, and see how he likes that comment. You're
already giving out the cup. Yeah, you should text him that.
Yeah. All your work
He's
you're
up in
about to
Seattle.
do
It's
is
like
for naught.
6:30.
It's for naught. Because the cup is already going to Florida. No. Well, I guess we're not watching NHL this year.
Yes.
I mean, what's the point?
I'm just saying it's a big deal. This team is stacked.
Yeah.
And it's not over yet.
And there is a problem in the NHL. They're kind of becoming a little bit like the NBA and buddy stuff. You know, it's mostly brothers, but Brogan Houston wrote a great article on the Deseret News titled "The NHL is unintentionally creating its own version of the NCAA transfer portal." And I was reading this morning, and the Hughes brothers want to get together. Now you see the Kachuk brothers get together, and they're building these super teams.
Quinn and Jack together would be cool.
It would be cool, but for the rest of the league, that's what he's
Right.
saying. For Mammoth fans, for Knights fans, do we like when these guys group up together and create these super teams and leave the rest of what they built in the past? Like Ottawa is going to be an utter disaster next year, the Senators. And they just made the playoffs last year, but I bet they're going to be under 500 next year because they just lost their captain. So this is kind of a problem in the NHL. Guys forcing their way out of markets. We see Dylan Larkin trying to do it. He's put out a 3-team list of teams he would be traded to. So, and one of them is the Knights. So the Knights could add another superstar level player from the Red Wings just because he doesn't want to be in Detroit anymore. And these guys don't want to live out their contracts. So that kind of bothers me.
I don't know if I can buy this super teams thing. It seems a little clickbaity to me. Now we're covering the new hockey team, so let's start looking at this. Like, we had a super team in Pittsburgh in 2016, 2017 with Sid Crosby and Malkin
Letang.
and Kessel and all those guys, and they won back-to-back Stanley Cups, and Marc-Andre Fleury was one of their goalies. And then we saw that 21-20 Tampa Bay Lightning team with Stamkos and Kucherov,
Braden Point,
Vasilevsky, and
They
the
went
net.
back to back.
And then we saw, this Colorado team as of late, the Golden Knights team in 22-23. So, but the Stanley Cup champs, it's not like somebody's winning 5 in a row. I mean, nobody's created a dynasty here.
No.
And I don't think that is going to happen. And that's why I understand the TA's just saying, hey, give them the cup. Now they're loaded on paper.
Yeah.
But the hockey players are going to go fight and claw, and things can go wrong. Injuries can happen. I am not even scared of Florida right now. Not even scared.
No big deal for the double.
Nope.
Big deal for me and Tara. All right, let's go to the next one here. This one was the one I wanted to start the show with, but the fans of Shinnecock Hills giving Wyndham Clark the business throughout the tournament, so much that Yahoo Sports reporting multiple hecklers were sent off the grounds and allowed to never come back to a PGA event ever again. And this was Brandel Chambly on the Golf Channel talking about the reaction to Wyndham Clark in his final round. This is what he had to say pertaining to it.
What'd you think of the fan treatment of Wyndham Clark?
I think it's the worst I've ever seen a player treated. And when you consider it was an American player on American soil, yes, I've seen foreign players. I've seen Colin Montgomery get jeered over here in a Ryder Cup and in major championships. I've seen Brian Harmon get jeered at the Open Championship to him foreign soil. I've seen that, but I've never seen an American player on American soil get so jeered. I get it, and I think
was it different than Brooks at Bethpage Black here on Long Island? He had a big lead.
I think when Brooks was stumbling a little bit, there was some of it, but I don't remember it being present from the first tee on. With every single shot he hit, there were times when he was standing over a shot in the bunker on 4. He was standing over the shot. I heard people yelling, hit it in the bunker, missed the green, cheering for every little miscue that he had today. I've actually never seen anything like that.
Or crickets when he hit a good shot or made
a good shot. He made that putt at 6, and there was relatively little cheering. When he missed the putt at what was it? When he missed the putt at 17, there were cheers. all the way to be able to put that out of your head. You know, you're trying to win a U.S. Open, you're trying to control your nerves, and to try to put that out of your head. I've never seen anybody have to deal with that element in a major championship to the extent that I saw Wyndham have to deal with it today.
Your thoughts?
Look. I think a lot of people were rooting for Sam Burns or Scotty Scheffler to come back. I think everybody likes a comeback story. But I think Brandel Chambly makes a really good point. Golf crowds hardly ever become part of the story. This crowd absolutely became part of the story. That's the lead as soon as it's over. And they're talking about maybe the worst a player on a home soil has ever been treated.
Yeah.
Fans were cheering Clark's mistakes. They were yelling, "Don't choke, don't
hit it
choke."
in the bunker.
Yeah, hit it in the bunker.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we heard anyone but Wyndham.
Yeah.
They were chanting openly for other players. Scotty. They were serenading Scotty. It was his birthday. They were singing him happy birthday on multiple holes. Same with Tom Kim. It was also Tom Kim's birthday. Yeah. And fans were roaring when his shots ran off the greens.
Somebody tweeted a member's kid of Shinnecock yelled, "Don't choke Wyndham," before he hit his tee shot at 4 in the final round.
Yeah.
I mean, on his backswing. And
I can't remember hearing an American player treated that way at a U.S. Open before. This is a U.S. Open. This is our national championship. This is not a Ryder Cup. This is not a President's Cup. This is not a, just a PGA tournament. And look, we talk about Philadelphia fans, New York fans. We could talk about, but even Scheffler said that the heckling got a little too much for his liking because he was hearing it all firsthand as he was playing along Wyndham Clark to the point where even Scotty was like, "Yeah, it was too much."
Enough. Yeah.
He commented, but he took the high road. Mainly,
he did,
and he pivoted and tried to praise Clark's mental toughness.
Correct.
He tried to pivot and make it about Clark.
And Wyndham, when he joined the guys on set, including Brandel Chambly and all those guys you just saw, Tim Lerner and everybody, he said, "Look, every time I heard something negative, we were somewhat prepared for this with my team. We knew that how it went Saturday, that I was not going to be the favorite. So he had prepped himself, and he said every time I got a negative comment, I quickly replaced it in my own mind with something positive about myself or my game." So he was prepared to block that out, and he goes on to win. That's why I think it's such a great story, because the crowd wanted Scotty or a comeback winner, and they wanted to see a collapse. And Wyndham Clark shoots 3 over, but he survives the pressure and the crowd, and now he has a second major championship title.
Yes. So we're all in agreement there. Big deal, right?
Yep.
All right, let's go to the next one here.
Hold on. Final thought. Is golf becoming a little bit less polite? Like we've seen the waste management crowds in Arizona.
At least in certain cities.
Yeah, we've seen.
Because I'm not impressed with New York fans in general. Like after the Knicks games and now this, I'm like, they're just kind of a bad news Bears crowd. I don't like them.
Yeah, I said those acting out, getting arrested, those were not Knicks fans. Those were just hooligans.
And I told them
they were just hooligans posing as Knicks fans.
New York fans.
I know.
And they didn't have a great showing at the U.S. Open either.
They did not.
And the crowd was.
Oh, go ahead.
The crowd was. The USGA lost a ton of money on the ticket sales by having it at Shinnecock Hills.
Yes.
You're up in the ritzy Southamptons. You're up there where, a lot of people have generational money up there and whatnot, and a lot of big money, or maybe they just earned their money and bought up there. I don't know. But the crowds were not like a normal U.S. Open. Did you notice that?
I did notice that.
They were not
a rowdy bunch.
Usually there's hundreds of thousands of people, and they were stacked up, but it was not like at the Masters. It was not like when Wyndham won at L.A. Country Club. Crazy. He was one of 4 guys I picked, and I didn't pick him in our fantasy foursome contest.
Yeah.
But he had been playing so good lately, knocking on the door at the RBC, the Memorial, that I just felt like his game is in a really good spot. His headspace is in a really good spot. So
New Yorkers though, I can't really side with them. Remember I was telling you about the trash cans the city was putting out, the orange and blue ones for the Knicks to commemorate their championship?
Yeah.
So this is a Knicks fan, and everyone wants these stupid trash cans, right? So this is just kind of the people that were up there in New York, not just at the golf course, but just the Knicks fans, the New York fans, kind of speaking to Tara's point. just takes the trash can,
Just
pours
dumps it all out.
all the trash on the ground, and just takes it.
Yeah.
That's kind of encapsulates the New York fan base a little bit pretty well. So, yeah, those trash cans, I knew they were going to be stolen. I just knew it. But who knew everyone was just going to litter and take them and create a huge problem for the city? But it is what it is. New Yorkers be New Yorkers.
Yeah, not a good look.
No.
That is not a good look.
Probably going to get in
And that's
some
a
trouble
pretty
for
good
that.
video of people are going to see
clear.
her around New York, and she
Yeah.
should be getting booed, not Wyndham Clark.
I hope the
Right?
trash can was worth it because you're probably going to go to jail for littering for a little bit if they find you. So,
Yeah. Happy Monday, everybody. Don't throw garbage on the ground and take
Don't
garbage
be like
baskets.
New Yorkers.
That's right.
Be a little more classy.
Don't boo Wyndham Clark and don't pour out trash all over the street. Be better than that.
Yeah. Yeah. Rankings on big deal, no big deal. I think the biggest deal is probably the USA Soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. Yes.
And then I think you've got the US Open and the NHL trade. And then do we have one more?
Oh, we did have one more. Do we have time?
Yeah, we've got like 4 minutes.
All right, let's do it quick here. UNC battles back, wins 6-2, forces a decisive game 3 against the
Yes.
OU Sooners. Winner take all tonight for all the marbles in college baseball.
Yeah, I mean, 5 innings. The pitcher for North Carolina didn't he look good? Getting them deep into that game, getting them the lead. Galber or something. What was his name? I didn't get to see the whole game. I thought North Carolina would win it. And after they lost game 1, I was concerned. Now it's a winner take all tonight, and I think it's a big deal. Anytime you get a decisive, I mean, the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat, we're going to see that firsthand tonight in the College Baseball World Series.
Absolutely. Lynch went 4 innings and Glauber went 5 innings.
5 innings.
Yeah.
And didn't he give up like nothing?
One hit. 8 Ks, 2 walks.
Yeah.
So he had a really nice outing.
I just saw about an inning when he was throwing, and I was very impressed with that young man.
But OU's been on a heater. I mean, they've won 9 games in a row dating back to the Super Regionals. So this will be a huge win. North Carolina's been there 17 times to Omaha's never won the national title. So the Heels fans crossing their fingers that tonight's the night for them.
Yeah, I mean, look, College Baseball World Series is such a great format. Winner take all, game 3 tonight. You know, I think the Tar Heels came into this tournament as the number 5 overall seed, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. They stave off elimination. They've overcome the adversity. You know,
They broke OU's winning streak. That's over.
This Galber kid is an 18-year-old reliever.
Yeah.
He's a young pup.
Yeah, that's good. They got young guys in the pipeline. They also dethroned my Mountaineers. So the Tar Heels, I think, are, if I were to make a pick, right now, the spread minus 135 favoring the Tar Heels, plus 105 coming back with OU. So do you take the team that's won 9 out of 10, or do you take the Heels, who are on the precipice of their first ever College World Series?
Flip a coin.
Flip a coin. He said.
Flip a coin. Flip a coin.
Right.
All right. Biggest surprise of no big deal. Probably me downplaying the T'Chucks. The T'Chucks are back together.
The T'Chucks.
The T'Chucks.
They're a new brotherhood.
It's
T'Chucks.
a brand new
Why
brand.
why don't they just take the T off the front of their name?
It's just there to
T'Chucks.
confuse you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That was tongue in cheek. But
Yeah.
hey, Ottawa gets a haul of draft picks.
Yes. One of those picks was from the Kraken, actually. They traded for Mackey, right? Yeah.
Samsovich, yeah.
And then the Panthers turned around and flipped that pick within hours to Kachuk.
Yep.
So
Good
they
stuff.
had a plan.
Good stuff. Got to take a break. Rolling through hour 1 on a Monday fun day here on the Fan Sports Network inside the Finley Hyundai Studios. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Yeah, we're partying in the USA on a Monday, June 22nd, and we are getting close to the NBA draft. We're going to spend a lot of time on the NBA draft coming up, but wanted to kind of just preview the soccer games today because we could have a big moving day as far as the MVP of the World Cup goes, the Golden Boot Award, because when this slate of games got played, 6 days ago, we had 7 goals between Messi, Mbappe, and Haaland.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
And all 3 of those stars are playing their second game in group play today. Messi at 11, and then you've got
Mbappe
2, and then again at 6 with Holland and Norway. So, and then the nightcap is like Algeria and somebody else. But this could be a big day for soccer. Those 3 are still the favorites in the Golden Boot Award, if I'm not mistaken, right now. But
Mbappe 330, Messi 400, Harry Kane 450.
he had brace. He had 2 goals in England's first win.
Holland's down a little bit, 1,200. So he's about the 6th or 7th guy. But Messi and Mbappe are the 2 leading contenders.
Holland had his first and second ever World Cup goals in their first game for Norway. Have you seen the Norway rows that they were doing like up the escalators in Boston, and now they're doing it like down streets?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are they in Philadelphia or are they at
Row the
MetLife?
boat.
I don't even know where they moved this game to. I can't. There's so many different hosting sites. I'm assuming either New York or Boston or Philadelphia is where this game would be played today. And so, but these fans are just, these World Cup fans, man, I'm not hearing too many negative things, but they are passionate fans getting a taste. Some of them probably coming to America for the very first time. It's crazy what tickets to the World Cup are going for. I've been monitoring tickets in New York, because I'm taking the family out to New York, and our final day there is a knockout stage game, and I think it's the final game that will be played at MetLife Stadium. But the get-in price has been over $1,400 per ticket, which seems crazy to me.
So this was the Norway fans at Gillette Stadium in their first World Cup match.
Yeah, this was in Boston, yep.
And they've got like a drummer.
Well, yeah, got to be on the same page.
I mean,
That's right.
You got to love this.
You don't want to be rowing in circles.
True.
Can they get the stadium shaking?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. A lot of the games that I've seen, the World Cup, bits and pieces of multiple games, the fans have been scattered. They haven't been all in the same section. That's probably the most organized section, cheering section, that I've really seen. Maybe the Scottish were right there, pretty organized as well.
Who was it the Scots at the Red Sox game?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was the Scots.
Sang the whole 9 innings.
Yeah.
We will walk 1,000 miles, that one. And
Yeah.
I
The Proclaimers,
will walk
yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, this is my favorite too, though. The Dutch. Did you guys see this? Of them just dancing. Look how many people are there. Just thousands and thousands. Left and right.
Like, they're having way too much fun.
I know. I'm jealous. I wish I was there having fun with them.
And so you see stuff like that, and you go, okay, I get it. I guess that the demand is so high that ticket prices are just almost unaffordable. How do you take a family of 6 and pay $1,400 a ticket?
Yeah.
It's almost $10,000.
That's right.
To go to a soccer game.
Found the Proclaimers thing. This was super cool. They actually talked about it on the Red Sox game broadcast.
Yes, I saw it.
They were like in between pitches, the guys were just like talking about how cool it was. This was the Scott fans at the Red Sox game the other night.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not the Phoenix Open. What a night. Just a brilliant group of people. Still singing from the break. The song's been over for minutes.
they're still singing.
They're just a cappella.
They're doing it right. They are living right.
They're living right.
Well, I mean, it's actually Why are our fans not like that all the time? I guess if you're a season ticket holder.
I mean, I've had so much fun watching the Instagram stuff of all these people from different countries eating our food, going into our grocery stores,
drinking all of our beer in Boston.
Like there's some Japan fans that have been doing a food series where they just take one bite, like Dave Portnoy, and they just give their instant review. And he did Texas barbecue, chicken wings, pizza, like all the great stuff. So it was awesome. Did
you see Japan too, cleaning up the stadium afterwards? That's a pretty cool story as well.
That is awesome. That needs to be brought to light because that was something that our fans would probably never do.
Yeah, I know.
So pretty
classy.
New
York fans would never do that.
I think the big story today for the U.S. men's soccer team, bringing it back to the USA here, is Alex Freeman.
Yeah.
And there's a story on ESPN.com by Jeff Carlisle that talks about, and the title is How Alex Freeman's Pro Bowl Dad Helped Him Live His World Cup Dream.
Yes.
And so this is Antonio Freeman, who was in attendance watching his son play. And he's got that Freeman it factor there. And, you know, you want your son to go follow your footsteps. A lot of dads do. A lot of sons do, too, but not always. And Alex Freeman has charted his own course in soccer, not the NFL like Pops. But this guy is an athlete. And that's how you kind of know that we're starting to get. Because we've always said for years, USA men's soccer, we have so many great NBA players and NFL players and NHLers and all our best athletes in America are not playing soccer or football like they are in other countries where the best athletes all play soccer, and we have fallen behind. And now you see a famous Antonio Freeman's a famous NFL player, right? Like he's a
borderline
Pro
Hall of Fame, like Hall of Very Good.
And so, like, huge deal there to see, you know, him doing so well and play so well for our U.S. men's national team. More soccer, a lot of NBA draft. Hour 2 coming up when we come back. Hour 2 coming straight at you into your car stereo, your truck stereo, your Tesla stereo, your mobile app, your smarty phone, or coming into your computer speakers via the show on YouTube. Welcome to Hour 2 on a Monday.
Yeah.
Let's rev it up. Let's get you the headlines, and then I want to get into the NBA draft and really update the latest mocks and what the latest and greatest. We are closing in on the Utah Jazz and the number 2 pick, so we'll get into the draft. So if you're a Jazz fan, you want to stick around for Hour 2 of the show. But let's check what's trending. Yeah, let's go. I think Lead's story is still, in my eyes, what I spent the most time watching over the weekend. And I divvied up my time between, the World Cup and the U.S. Open. But I spent more time watching the U.S. Open Thursday through Sunday than anything else. So Wyndham Clark defying the pro-Scotty Scheffler crowd at Shinnecock and beating the field for 126 natty, I think, is the lead story on a Monday, because he had to hang on for dear life. He did not hit all his shots. He did not have a good tee-ball on Saturday and Sunday. But aside from, a three-putter too, I thought his putter was really, really good over the course of 72 holes, and that was the secret weapon that won him the U.S. Open by a shot over Sam Burns.
Yeah, it was a triumphant final round for him. He really did kind of silence all the detractors out there. You know, all those people saying hit it in the bunker and miss the hole, all that stuff that was being yelled at Wyndham. Good for him. I mean, you got to root for a guy that's facing some negative crowd and reception, and he's not even really a villain. I know he had the thing at the Oakmont last year where he destroyed the locker, and he's had some comments and stuff, but he's not a real villain in the sport, but he was being treated like one, so I'm happy that he won.
Yeah, Wyndham Clark, second career major championship, also won at LACC, LA Country Club, a couple of years ago on the West Coast. Had to have been a roller coaster ride for him. I mean, no question about it. Had to believe in himself. Had to say, he told the reporters, hey, every time I heard a negative comment, I had to replace it in my own mind with something positive from myself, which is, showing maybe that he's maturing and growing up. Also, a lot of reports about him falling in love recently with a social media influencer and how that's changed. I mean, if you look at the correlation between the dating timeline and Wyndham's golf, he has been terrific the last couple of months, and it's been very noticeable. I mean, if you remember back to Wednesday, I was talking about how well he was playing and that he was a horse for this course.
Yeah.
I didn't really know that he would win it. I mean, this is his dad took a red eye from Southern California out to New York to watch him on Father's Day. Another added element there to the whole thing. But yeah, this has kind of been a guy that you could create a little bit of a villain storyline out of. Trashed the locker rooms, said the things about all the kids is a great form of birth control on the par 3 contest at the Masters. All those things, and they ran with it. And he still was the best. And he shoots 73, 3 over par in the final round. And, going after 9 holes, he's 4 under.
Yeah.
His lead is gone. And Sam Burns through 13 had just birdied to get to 3 under.
Yeah.
So it is a one-shot lead with that grueling back 9 to go, and he found a way to hang on and win.
Crazy.
So,
congrats to Wyndham.
Yeah. U.S. Open crown goes to Wyndham Clark.
All right, I got one, a big headline in the NBA. This has been one we've been tracking for a while now. The Celtics and Heat have established themselves as the finalists to land Giannis Antetokounmpo in a trade that has a, quote, good chance of happening within the next 24 hours per Windhorse ESPN. So one of the big superstars in the NBA, potentially on a new team next year.
Yeah.
Well, it looks as if he will be on a new team next year.
Yeah, a source is saying it's either the Celtics or the Heat. It's down to those two.
Yeah.
So we will wait and see. There's also sources saying the Thunder move Wiggins to the Hawks, the Atlanta Hawks, from the Thunder for some draft picks. So a few teams involved in that trade. We get to our third story, though, and that is probably the hockey trade.
Yes. Brady Tkachuk on the move from the Ottawa Senators to the Florida Panthers to join his brother Matthew. 3 first-rounders and a second-rounder in exchange for the Olympian, the captain of the Senators. And it is a boom. It sent a boom through the NHL world yesterday. Twitter was on fire. A lot of people alleging that there was tampering going on at the Olympics where these two were probably talking about playing together, but it doesn't matter. What a deal is done, and Brady joins Matt on the Florida Panthers, and their Stanley Cup pursuit begins. I will get you the live odds before and after the Tkachuk trade.
Yeah. Tara, the grade has to be high for Florida, though. A lot of people would say this is an A.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think Ottawa actually gets a high grade here because they did get a haul back. I think for a team that's rebuilding, reloading, Ottawa lands a bunch of draft picks, 3 future first rounders. So
Florida goes from 12 to 1 to less than 9 to 1, plus 850 to win the Stanley Cup next year. The number 1 is the Canes, Avalanche, then the Panthers, then the Knights. Those are your top 4 favorites.
Tkachuk has scored 20 or more goals in all but one season in 8 that he's played with the Senators.
Yeah. And he's a tough guy. He can do a little of everything. He can run the body on the boards. He can score goals. He can fight. He can do kind of a little bit of everything.
They're saying it's not a loaded free agency market this summer.
No, it's a trade market this year.
Anthony Mantha, Mason Marchment, Alex Tuck. There's a few guys that are going to be free agents.
Is coveted, but I think that this is more of a soft free agent market in the NHL. You're going to see a lot more top players be traded than acquired via free agency. So Dylan Larkin, of course, another name from the Red Wings. He's presumably going to be moved by the end of this summer. So it should be a really fun summer to track.
Really, really, really fun to see what happens in the draft. And there's probably going to be more report cards, more NHL grades coming and trades coming here. This is going to be that frenzy of the offseason.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Tennis. To tennis we go. Didn't think you'd get a tennis update on a Monday. But
like a tennis update.
Venus and Serena are back at it again at 46 and 44 years old, respectively. They are going to be doubling up in the doubles and playing as individuals as a wild card at the U.S. Tennis Open. So haven't seen these two on the court very much lately, and especially for Venus, kind of coming back out of retirement, so to speak, to compete. So there will be all eyes on them when we get to the DC area, right, Paulie?
You were right. It isn't from Flushing Meadow, New York.
New York.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought you said every year it was in DC.
I thought it was in New York too, and Paulie, you checked it and didn't tell me you checked it.
No, I was going to let it slide.
Oh my
goodness.
gosh! And then I trust
He didn't want to admit that he was wrong.
The DC tournament, officially known as the Mubadala DC Open, formerly the City Open, takes place from July 27th to August 2nd. I think that's the next tennis tournament, right? July 27th.
Yeah, could be.
The Open is the U.S. Open is in New York. It's in early August.
The other headline that
I was wrong
that Paulie pointed out yesterday, and I didn't see this, so I'm going to rely on you two a little bit for this.
Right.
But Miles Russell, the 17-year-old, was playing the U.S. Open, and he surprised his dad.
Yeah, this was cool.
And swapped him out as his caddy. So Joe Russell didn't really know what was going on. He's standing outside the ropes on the final hole at Shinnecock Hills, watching his 17-year-old son play the last hole of his first U.S. Open ever.
Yeah.
And his swing coach, Ramon Bescanza, was suddenly handing him the caddy bib and pulling him inside the ropes.
Yeah. I think we got this.
What a cool moment. Take a look and a listen here.
With his dad, Joe. playing against his dad over the years, and he finally beat his dad from the back tees at age 11, and Dad said, no more. You're on your own. We're not going to play each other. And Miles this morning reached out to the USGA rules officials to see if he could do this, and he was cleared by the rules officials to see if the situation presented itself, if he could hand the bag over to his dad to play the role of caddy, daddy as caddy, up the 18th.
Daddy
for this
caddy.
Terrific Father's Day story for this 17-year-old. Dad did not know that this was going to happen. Joe not aware of the plan.
Catch some shrapnel
get
here.
The caddy bib from Ramon Biscana.
Might need a bigger bib.
Oh,
Yeah, he kidded with some shrapnel.
why do they got to do him dirty like that?
I was watching
Do you
that
think
live
he
and I was like,
cares?
come on, man.
Do you think he
He
cares?
doesn't care. He's got the bib on. He's got the bag.
His son would have won $100,000 if he wasn't an amateur. He finished like
Aw.
T40.
Wow.
17-year-old in the U.S. Open gets to walk with Dad.
That's so cool.
That is so cool.
Super
I
cool.
wanted to share
Saw
that.
that live. That was awesome.
I hope you all, as good as it gets, Miles Russell gives his dad, I think, the ultimate Father's Day gift
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for the circumstance.
I think so too.
Nothing could, with dad not knowing that, to put that thought, to go through the rules officials,
Yeah,
I think he raised a nice young man.
he did. Absolutely.
And he is going to be a star, it looks like.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's going to be teammates at Florida State with Charlie Woods.
That Cowan kid was good too. Coyven. There was a few amateurs
Coyven.
that were very intriguing.
I was impressed that he beat his dad from the back tees at 11. He was like, yeah, we're not playing against each other anymore.
Sounds like the Dixon household.
Yeah.
Boston,
That's pretty
cleaning
impressive.
up, right?
At 11?
No, maybe not 11.
Yeah, I mean,
He probably wasn't beating him at 11.
he did beat me at 12.
He beat you at 12.
From the back tees for the first time. So
Okay.
not too much longer after
Not too
Miles
much.
beat his dad. But look, I mean, I think about all the times that I went out late night, turned the car lights on the putting green, and sit there and chipped and putted with my son, and I mean, what a cool moment. All those shots, driving you around to all those tournaments, and then he gets to carry your bag at the U.S. frickin' Open.
Yeah.
Like, that is the best Father's Day gift you could give your old man.
Nah, that's an awesome
That was
gift.
incredible.
Yeah, really, really, really cool.
Yeah.
To soccer we go.
Yeah, 4
I
games.
mean, football.
Yeah, I was going to recap yesterday quickly, and then we will get to today. The story again, Cape Verde.
Yes.
Denying Uruguay.
Another draw.
I mean, Cape Verde's magical start in the World Cup has been well documented, but if you have not been following along, everything's a new first. Their first goal, their first win. I mean, this team is kind of the Cinderella story. I was telling you last week that their goalie had an unbelievable draw against Spain, and went and gained millions of followers like that day and the day following.
He's got more followers than the population of Cape Verde. Who wants to take a guess how many people live in Cape Verde? Take a guess.
Is it the country you're talking about? The whole country.
Whole country.
2 million.
Okay.
I'm going to go smaller than that. I'd say 200,000.
Okay. A little in between both. You Tara's closer. 530,000 people live in Cape Verde. There's more people that live in St. George metro area than that.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't even heard of the country. Did you heard of the country before the World Cup?
No, but they are sweeping up the world. Everyone, after they drew Spain, I think everyone was on notice. And then I think the next game, we were kind of expecting the downturn. Like they kind of played up in that first one. Rah, they were all motivated. But wow, to come back and get another draw against another country that has triple, quadruple, however many your population. Yeah. Pretty impressive, the run Cape Verde.
They have a chance still in their final game to make the knockout stage.
Yes.
They've drawn twice.
They've got a fan in me.
Yeah. Who do they have next? They got to win in 6 days from now, 5-6 days from now. They'll play.
Get that for you. Their next opponent.
Who did Spain beat yesterday? 5-1. That's who they play.
Spain beat yesterday Saudi Arabia.
So they play Saudi Arabia. If they beat Saudi Arabia, they will make the knockout stage.
Yes.
Which would be an incredible storyline.
Yes.
After drawing with Uruguay.
That'd be awesome. What is that? That'll be a Friday game. Yep. Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, 6 p.m. on FS1 from Houston, Texas.
The other game that was interesting yesterday was the New Zealand game. They had a 1-0 lead at halftime, and they looked like they were controlling the pitch and the ball, and then Egypt just got hot. Egypt was a heavy favorite, but New Zealand had gotten a point with a draw in their first game because that Just kid had 2 goals. But Egypt puts on a 3-goal second half to win. And so Egypt behind Mo Salah.
Yeah, Mo Salah.
Mohamed Salah in the 67-minute terrific goal. The sermon goal for New Zealand early in the game, like 15 minutes in on a header, was awesome, too. That was actually a really entertaining game last night.
And today you've got maybe the most entertaining slate for the Golden Boot watch, as you've got Argentina, Austria, Messi going in that one. You got France, Iraq. That's going to be Kylian Mbappe going with his 2 goals.
Yeah.
Norway, Holland takes on Senegal, and Jordan takes on Algeria. Those are your 4 games today, 11, 3, 6, and 9, respectively, for the times.
All right, there you go. One other World Cup story here. Iran. Did you see this? They left a handwritten note in their dressing room in Los Angeles after their draw with Belgium yesterday, which just kind of mentioned peace. The message was left after. And if you haven't been following Iran, they've been staying down in like the Tijuana area, right? They have the Tijuana, Mexico, which is down through San Diego, just right across the border there. So they travel back and forth because they are not staying in the United States. So they come in the night before a game, they leave the night of their match after it's done, and the note said this: "We came to Los Angeles with pride, competed with honor, and leave with dignity. Thank you, Los Angeles, for your hospitality, and thank to every Iranian who gave their heart, voice, and soul for Iran throughout these 180 minutes. May peace, respect, and friendship prevail among all nations."
Wow.
They left that in the locker room.
It's powerful.
It is.
After the game. So instead of having a big chip and upset, these players don't really have anything to do with that. But the city of Los Angeles actually has the largest Iranian population of anywhere in the United States. I did not know that. And the fans came out to support them. And they are sitting there tied with Belgium, second in their stage with 2 points. With the Egypt's win, they have 4 points. So they've got New Zealand next. Or do they have Egypt next? They have Egypt next, I believe. No, they don't. They have New Zealand. Egypt has
Iran does play Egypt on the 29th or something like that.
So it's Egypt they have next. Belgium will play New Zealand in that. And that Group G, I guess, is still very wide open. Egypt looking good to get in, but that final spot, if Iran, Belgium, or New Zealand wins their final match, they can propel in. As long as Egypt wins as well. So there's a lot to play for in that stage for Iran. They are not out yet, is the point I'm trying to make. And I thought that was a very classy note from the Iran national team. Any other bonus balls? Any other?
I think that's a good one to end on.
All right. There you go. Those are your top headlines and what's making news on a Monday morning. It's The Drive from the Findlay Hyundai Studios. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to The Drive on The Fan.
What's up, everybody? We are live on a Monday fun day here on the Fan Sports Network. Show today brought to you by our friends at Prime IV. Hope you got Dad a gift card or the Champion Super Powerful Drip for a Father's Day gift. If not, maybe we can still stop on over there this week and hook Dad up with a little relaxation, rejuvenation at PrimeIVSTG.com. Even a scalp massage down there at because they've got this foot and scalp massage. Yeah, really cool. Really cool. I went in for a scalp massage there. I don't know, about 3 or 4 months ago, and I'd never had just a scalp massage. That was unbelievable. So go take advantage of that. We're into the 8 o'clock hour here on a Monday, and I want to get in a little bit into the NBA draft here. For Jazz fans, this is a big week.
Yeah.
To say the least, the number 2 pick in the draft. And here we are, a day before round 1 begins. The draft starts tomorrow night, 6 o'clock Mountain Time on ESPN.
Yeah.
So the NBA draft is just 1 day away. First round Tuesday, and then obviously it finishes up with the second round on Wednesday.
Yeah. I was looking over some draft rumblings this morning, and none other than one of the top college basketball analysts in all of the land, Jay Billis,
All of the land?
all of the land, put out his superlatives for the draft. And I want you to guess a few of these. If you can guess a few. The best pure basketball player in the class is who? According to Jay Billis.
Darren Peterson.
And here are some of the categories before because it makes it a little harder.
Yeah.
Okay, most built for the NBA, most talented, best pure basketball player, most dynamic athlete, best guard. All right, so those are some of those.
Okay.
So let's start with the best pure basketball player.
I'd still say DeBonza.
Okay, DeBonza for Tara.
I think it's Darren Peterson.
It is, according to Jay Billis, Cameron Boozer.
It's Boozer.
This category
hey.
is meant to underscore that Boozer has a distinctive skill set alongside an advanced understanding of the game, team dynamics, and processing game situations in real time. Not to say the others in the draft are lacking those areas, but Boozer stands out in this talented crowd as the best pure basketball player.
There's a little bit of everything.
Do you agree or distree with that?
I can agree with that.
I
can
agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think, I know Jazz fans would feel disappointed with Boozer as their pick.
Yes.
Especially since they're at number 2.
Well, we heard Jeremiah Jensen say give him a 5 out of 100 or something in the satisfaction meter.
I would be more excited than that.
Yeah, I would.
I think he's a great player.
I think he's a very good player. Yeah. I don't think he's going to be the.
If DeBonza goes 1, I am not mad if the Jazz took Boozer at 2 and stick it to Peterson at 3.
Yep.
Okay. Let's go to the category most built for the NBA.
That is going to be. Is there an athleticism one?
What were the categories again?
All right, let me go through them one more time.
Most built for the NBA
talented,
seems like AJ.
Most built for the NBA, best pure basketball player we've already gone through. Most dynamic athlete.
Well, that's DeBonza.
Best guard.
Or Akov.
And best passer are some of the categories. But let's go with what was I just say? The most built for the NBA.
I think it's DeBonza.
I think so too.
Okay, that one is AJ DeBonza.
He's Bill. He can play both positions. He can guard the 1, 2, 3, or 4.
His little soliloquy about him: DeBonza is ready-made for the NBA. He's long, athletic, and skilled. He glides around the court. Right alongside him in this category is Jaden Quintance of Kentucky. But they are saying that DeBonza is the most built for the NBA game.
Yeah, and we're hearing reports out of Washington. Shams reported this over the weekend that the Wizards have narrowed it down to Peterson or DeBonza,
and which everyone knew.
But the margin between the two players from around the league in Washington's view pen is razor thin.
And mind you can have more than one superlative. So let's go to the next one here. The 2026 NBA draft superlatives per Jay Billis. The most talented player in the class is who?
AJ DeBonza.
Yeah.
Darren Peterson, according to Jay Billis.
The most talented.
Most talented. The decision on Peterson requires a little getting over the little voice of doubt in the back of your head due to his stop-start nature of this season. Once you get over that, there's little doubt that Peterson is the most talented player in this draft of outstanding talent.
He does give Washington or Utah, a score. I mean, if it's all about scoring, I mean, I would have thought Acuff or DeBonza would be considered, but I guess Acuff's height probably hurts him here.
Yeah, it does. Let's do the most dynamic athlete. And you can win 2 categories.
Yeah, that's AJ.
Okay.
Most dynamic?
Or Acuff.
Most dynamic athlete. Leaping ability, all that good stuff.
Caleb Wilson could be the answer here, too.
Okay.
Yeah. It could be Wilson or Flemings, too.
Okay. It is Wilson.
Okay.
Wilson is a ridiculous athlete who drops straws on the floor with his talents. He has a 7-foot wingspan and a 39.5-inch vertical and does things with quick bounce. DeBonza, Michigan's Morez Jr., and Cameron Carr are all super dynamic athletes, but Wilson seems to have another step on his ladder when the ball is tipped.
Doesn't have the same body of work as Boozer or DeBonza.
Got hurt
or
halfway,
Peterson.
like 3/4 through the season.
But Tiago Splitter's the new Chicago Bulls head coach. He went to Chicago on a workout. The Bulls at 4 looks very likely for Caleb Wilson.
Yeah, I think the top 3 are Peterson, DeBonza, and Boozer, but the 4 is really where the draft starts because I don't think anyone really knows who's going to go 4. But why not take the best athlete in the draft potentially in Caleb Wilson?
Yeah.
All right, let's go best guard besides Peterson.
That's got to be Acuff.
Is the category.
I don't know. Keaton Wagler, Illinois, could it's him or Acuff? One of those two, unless you're considering Peterson still a guard.
It is one of those two.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to go Wagler.
All right.
Wagler?
Wagler, yeah. Tara is correct. It is Darius Acuff Jr., the best guard besides Darren Peterson, according to Jay Billis. His only knocks are his 6'2" frame. He did lead the SEC in scoring at 23.5 points per game and assists at 6.4, becoming the first player since Pete Maravich in 69-70 to lead the SEC in both those categories in a single season. So,
nice.
He is very worthy of that title. All right.
I like Acuff. He's a dog.
Definitely is. The top passer in the draft.
Well, Kingston Flemings is the first that pops to my mind.
Okay.
Acuff is more of a scoring part. Not that he doesn't pass good.
I don't know.
Mikael Brown Jr., the point guard from Louisville, could be the answer here.
Yeah. It's not a guy you'll get. He went to Purdue last year, if you can guess who.
Mara? Or
Purdue.
Purdue.
Yeah. He was the all-time leading assist leader in the NCAA history. That's why they're probably giving him this title.
Gotcha.
Braden Smith from Purdue. So he's not probably going to be a top.
He's not even
guy.
going to be a first-round draft pick.
Probably a second-round guy, but he is considered the best passer in the draft. So
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Most talented is Peterson. Most built for the NBA, AJ DeBonza. Best pure basketball player, Cameron Boozer. Most dynamic athlete, Caleb Wilson. Best guard besides Peterson, Darius Acuff Jr., and the best passer in the draft is Braden Smith, the guard from Purdue. So those are some of what Jay Billis sees in this draft coming up tomorrow.
And the Jazz don't have a second-round draft pick, I don't think, this year. Didn't they give it up? Didn't they trade it?
Let me check the draft order, which will
So I don't know that they'll have a chance to draft unless they move a future first pick to move back into the second round.
Yeah. I do not see the Jazz with a second-round pick.
I think the Spurs have their second-round pick at 35.
No.
I think it's from Utah.
I'm looking towards the bottom of the round. Nope, they do not have a second-round pick.
Yep.
So the number 2 pick is Super Bowl. Got to hit on it because I was listening to some guys talk about this just a couple weeks ago. If you draft Peterson, and he's a 2-time All-Star, 3-time All-Star, and Boozer's a 2-time NBA champ and a 10-time All-Star, it doesn't matter who has better stats. You want the better player. You want the piece of the future that's going to help the team build. You don't want just a guy that's going to gun up shots and be a volume scorer like Russell Westbrook style or, chuckers of the past, Carmelo, guys like that. You need a guy that's going to be a team piece going forward to mix with your young core.
And that's AJ DeBonza.
Yeah,
to me, he is still the number one pick. I know Jazz fans don't want to hear this right now, but I figured Washington would be crazy to pass on a 6'8", uber athletic, NBA ready body. He led the NCAA in scoring, so we know he's an elite scorer.
Yeah,
he can create his own shot. Wing players in today's NBA are paramount.
So are
and
scoring guards.
He is the safest superstar bet in this draft. I just think they're crazy.
I would argue that scoring guards are more important than a
two-way wing.
Yes, Darren Peterson plays two sides of the court as well.
When he's on the court.
Yeah.
When he's on the court.
I mean, he may be
you're always going to skew negative on Peterson. So
I'm not high on him.
You're not high on him, I know. But, I mean, he's a 6'6", two-way guard. He had a terrific year. But before last year, Kansas, I go back to that. All the recruiting analysts had him as the consensus number one
He's
player.
making a late push, and he may be the most talented pure guard in this class, and good things can happen when...
And who just won the NBA championship? It was fueled by a scoring guard.
Yeah.
Not a swing man.
Yeah. Yeah, you think what is the most mock drafts still have AJ? There are some out there, some recent mocks that have him jumping back in front of him. And the mocks all last fall were all Peterson, DeBonza. Those two have been 1-2 in every mock draft forever.
Yes.
And Boozer's been sitting there at 3. But this push, this will only one workout. Like, I do not know what's going to happen tomorrow night, but I would not pass on AJ DeBonza if I was the GM.
I mean,
of the
these
Washington
two,
Wizards.
I think Jeremiah Jensen mentioned it. These two have been going at it since the AAU circuit.
Yeah.
Prolific Prep, February 8th, 2025, who Peterson played for. He played DeBonza's Utah prep team, and Peterson scored 61 points, and DeBonza scored 49. So these two have been going at it since their AAU, their high school days. Like, I think there is a great amount of pride in who is the number one pick because these guys have been doing battle for a long time, trying to assert themselves.
They've both been groomed to be the number one pick. And Boozer feels like a forgotten star there at 3.
He is. In any other draft, in the past 3-4 drafts, Boozer would go number 1.
So
besides the flag draft.
Try to put a percentage on this.
Yeah.
From what we're hearing, what we know, what percentage is the likelihood AJ goes 1 to the Wizards? I would say it's 65%.
That low.
Wow. I was going to go like 80.
I was thinking 80, 85. Yeah.
I mean, there's this late push.
I don't want to get my hopes up and just have them like crushed.
Yeah.
Why does Peterson cancel the trip to Utah? That's the big question mark.
Because he wants to be number 1. I don't think there's anything other than he just wants to be the one pick. So, and he's eliminating workouts to try and ensure that no one else can see him except the team with the one pick. I think it's kind of limiting your options, but if he really feels, and his camp does, like you hear on DC-based radio shows that Peterson's camp really does feel that they've been either told they're going to be the number one pick, given a promise, something.
Who would you take if you're the Washington? You're in charge of the draft, and your job is on the line, and your job depends on it. Who would you draft number 1?
DeBonza.
I think the DeBonza is the safer pick. Yeah. If I had the one pick, I wouldn't want to mess up, so I would go DeBonza.
So maybe it is more like 80% than for you.
Yeah. I think that the organization.
It's hard because Peterson could be a superstar.
Yes.
He could be a franchise leading point guard for years to come. Scoring.
This whole creatine thing could be a thing of the past. If he comes out in his first 10 NBA games and averages 25, like if he just dispels the rumors that, hey, I'm a professional now, I'm going to be out there every time I'm told to be out there, and when I'm out there, I'm an amazing player.
What if in 15 years from now we're talking about Cameron Boozer that has the best NBA career?
Exactly. That was the hypothetical that Bill Simmons was talking about. He was saying, what if Boozer, who I think is the best player in this draft,
Bill has just said he's the purest basketball player. What was the category?
Yeah, the best pure basketball player. So, like, say you get a Boozer at 3 or 4, well, presumably 3 to the Grizzlies, and say the Grizzlies win a championship. It hasn't ever been done, but say they do it. and Boozer wins a title. He's a 3-time, 4-time All-Star. But A.J. DeBonza is leading the league in scoring, and he's exciting. But I would still say Boozer is the one you would have wanted because he's got the rings. He's winning. The team is trending up. If AJ is just a great player on a bad team, it does nothing for the Jazz. They need him to be a piece of the future. Who cares about selling jerseys, filling seats? I'm not Ainge. I'm not the owner. I'm not Smith. Like, I don't care about that. I want to see winning on the court. And if DeBonza is just a good player on a bad team, whether that be for the Wizards or the Jazz, then people can say they missed on Peterson or Boozer potentially. There is that factor as well.
Yeah, DeBonza, Peterson, Boozer, they're going 1, 2, 3. In what order? What is the likelihood the Jazz do catch wind that they're going to take AJ? Do they have an offer up their sleeve last minute tomorrow night on draft day?
Everybody's saying no. Everybody's saying no. That the Jazz just want to stay pat at 2 and pick.
Yeah, and I would want everybody to know that too.
Yeah.
And then it's
well,
like,
it's a smokescreen thing.
Yes,
What do you believe?
Like,
What do you believe?
It's not like they're going to put that out there.
And it's not like the Wizards are going to put out there that they're going to pick Peterson, even though his camp is saying, yes, we don't want to work out for anyone else. We've been, kind of assured we're going to be the number 1 pick. Like, it's all smoke screens right now, as it is with any draft.
Latest ESPN mock, and here is the top 10. I'm just Jeremy Woo, top 10 right now.
All right.
DeBonza 1 to the Wiz.
Yeah.
Peterson 2 to the Jazz.
Okay.
Jazz fans, don't do a somersault in your car. Memphis at 3 with Cam Boozer.
Yeah.
4, Caleb Wilson to the Bulls. 5, Keaton Wagler to
Wow. He's rising.
the Clips.
Yeah.
6, Mikael Brown Jr. Louisville.
Yeah. Freshman.
To the Brooklyn Nets. Nobody knows what the Nets are going to do.
Got to go 6.
Yeah, I mean,
Where does that on? Who's 7?
6.
Who's 7?
Kings at 7, Darius A. Cuff Jr.
Okay.
That's the mock.
Kingston should go to the Kings.
Atlanta at 8, Kingston Flemings.
Okay.
Mavericks at 9, Nate Ament from Tennessee.
Oh, he's good.
I like Nate Ament, yeah.
And then the Bucks at 10, Braden Burries, who I love from Arizona.
Yeah. That's a really young top 10. Not a lot of upperclassmen, not a lot of foreign players. It's just a lot of college hoopsters from the U.S. this year that have really filled up the top 10 of the draft board.
The Bulls have the 15th pick. I just scrolled down a little bit. Yaxel Lindenborg. If they got Caleb Wilson and Yaxel,
yeah,
good combo.
That's a good draft for the Bulls if that actually comes to fruition.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which, who knows?
Yeah.
We don't know.
We always kind of bet on how many trades there'll be in the NBA draft. There's always a frenzy of trades. I would say there's probably going to be over under 8.5 trades in the first round, somewhere in there. Like, there always is a lot of movement in the NBA draft, more so than other drafts.
A guy that's kind of fallen is Koa Pete from Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like Koa.
He did not get a green room invite.
Oh.
And he is right now projected at 26 to go to the Denver Nuggets.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I
fallen
really like
quite a bit.
Koa.
He was like a lottery guy at the beginning of the year.
Right.
It's fallen far, but as far as the NBA draft goes, I think this is the most exciting day for Utah Jazz fans. I'm looking at the number 1 pick. DeBon's at 425 to go number 1. So I think that's pretty much set in stone. But number 2 pick, Darren Peterson, minus 140. Cameron Boozer, plus 180. So they kind of feel that one's a little more of a coin flip than most would believe. Number 3 pick.
I just don't think the Jazz need another front court player, although Boozer can play like the stretch 3 at the NBA level because his 3-point shooting was really good. It was 41%.
Walker Kessler's still not re-signed, right?
Right. And if you don't think that's going to get done and it's going to be, ugly.
How tall is Boozer? 6'10"?
6'11".
6'11".
Yeah. But I'd say it's a little taller than his dad, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little taller than Caden. He got more of the height gene than his twin brother.
Yeah.
Who I think is 6'5".
Yeah. Yeah,
his
he's
brother.
6'9", I think. Cameron.
Is he only 6'9"?
Oh, 6'9". Okay.
Is that the draft measurements with the shoes off? Because you never know if
I
the
know.
college measurements. You never know.
I think it was the college measurements I pulled up.
Yeah. Excuse me.
6'9" in shoes.
Yeah, they're saying
6'8.25" barefoot.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
he's not quite as tall as I thought either.
Yeah.
But
he's got a strong frame.
He's got a
Very
7'2" wingspan.
Long
So
arms.
he's got long arms, block shots, rebound. I think he's going to do really well with that.
Yeah. Jazz fans more excited about Peterson over Boozer at 2, if that's what it comes down to. I know
think Jeremiah Jensen had the pulse. You know, I feel like he's up there. He lives or he's around the Salt Lake area. I feel like Boozer is just not quite as sexy as
this
Peterson.
Jazz fan likes Boozer better.
Okay.
For sure.
It's gonna be fun tomorrow night.
I know. I can't wait.
It'll all be settled tomorrow.
What are the Jazz doing for watch parties? Are they going to have a
I heard
watch
it's
party?
lame. I heard it's
because they're renovating the arena, so they can't use the arena for a watch party.
Yeah, I saw it was at some
like Sports Grill
watch party. Yeah, let me look at it. Draft party.
Yeah,
it will be in the shops at Southtown in Sandy.
Oh, so it's over there by the training facility.
Yeah,
the shops is
Southtown.
Have
it's
I
like
been
that
there?
mall. It's like that mall.
Well, that's where the new training facility is for the Mammoth and everything.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I've been over to those shops, Southtown.
Yes.
Maybe I have. I don't know.
They'll have giveaways, raffles, entertainment, all kinds of good stuff.
Okay.
It's not at the arena like it normally is, which is where it should be, but they are renovating.
I've been seeing some of the renovations.
Yeah, they look good.
They're working around the clock.
They're making hay in there. Yeah.
Yep. All right, got to get to a timeout. Show today brought to you by Coral Canyon Golf Course. Coral Canyon, it's fantastic. Played it on Saturday. 36 holes. We did the summer solstice out there. Had a blast. Course is dialed in. I got a 2-man scramble coming. I think July. You have to go to the website. July 18th or 19th next month. Next big tournament. So check that out. Again, summer special, just $80. That comes with range balls, the cart rental, lunch, and a drink at the Bistro 72 as well before or during or after your round. So call for the radio special. Summer special is $80. 435-688-1700. We'll be right back.
Wow. Got some breaking news.
Yeah, welcome back to Breaking News.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
We had not prepped this, and literally the mics go hot, and Paulie's eyes light up like it's Christmas morning.
There we go. Now it feels official. Breaking from ESPN, Michigan coach Dusty May is finalizing a deal to take the Dallas Mavericks head coaching job. Sources tell Pete Thamel, Shams, and Adam Schefter. Wow. That's pretty big. Guy just won a title.
Yeah,
now
why
he's
not?
Off to the NBA.
Yeah, why not? If they can lure you away.
Yeah.
I like what Hurley did when the Lakers came calling.
Yeah.
You were like, he's gone. I'm like, no, he's not.
I thought it made a lot of sense. But you don't know. I've said for years, and you forget the comment that I made, you don't know about the missus, the wife.
Yeah.
You know, the kids, the grandkids, intertwined in their schools. Maybe they have really good friends. You know, you don't know the behind the scenes. And so for some, they're always pursuing the next big job. For others, they like where they're at, and there's reasons behind the scenes why they would not take jobs. And you don't know which is which at a glance. And Dusty May, it looks like, is going. Dallas has been a train wreck since Mark Cuban sold the majority ownership of that team.
Yeah.
I mean, they traded Luka. They got rid of Brunson. Didn't bring him back in free agency.
Yeah,
like all things that you wonder if Cuban was still calling all the shots if that would have went down like that. Now Cuban's doing just fine. Don't feel sorry for Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing just fine.
But the rise for Dusty May from Florida Atlantic to Michigan now to the NBA, I mean, this dude's been on a rocket ship. I mean, he's just literally been...
He's only 49 years old.
Yeah, he's just a young buck in the terms of coaching. So
and he gets to coach Cooper Flagg. That has to be a little bit appealing to have last year's top pick on your roster.
And I got to say, like, college coaching right now is a nightmare. You've got a new roster every year, the portal, all these guys negotiating deals, tampering.
It's a pain in the butt.
It's a pain. And to win at that level, to win the national championship with 5 different players like he did last year shows he can coach, and he's bringing his talents to the NBA world. It surprises me. Thought he'd hang around for a little while at Michigan, but
once you've jumped so quickly, now is probably the best time. You haven't got intertwined. You're only 49. Maybe your kids are. I don't even know what his family elements look like. But the record is impressive at Michigan. 64 wins and 13 losses in 2 seasons in Ann Arbor.
Yes, but I always caution these guys, and why I liked Hurley's move by staying back.
Oh, he's going to get a guaranteed
Failed
contract. He can retire on it.
In the NBA. Let's go through some of them. John Calipari, he was miserable as an NBA coach. Rick Pitino, another one who failed. Great college coach, terrible NBA. John Beilein, you remember him? Michigan, went to the Cavs, was awful.
He was the last one actually hired from the college ranks, and that was 6 years ago, almost 7.
It's been a while.
It's kind of strange because Saban was a terrible NFL coach.
Yes.
But like arguably the greatest college coach of all time.
Correct.
The last to leave college immediately after winning a national title was Kansas's Larry Brown in 1988.
LB, yeah.
Oh.
Danny Manning or whatever was on his team.
Now, Billy Donovan, when he coached at Florida, was the most recent NCAA title-winning coach to leave for the NBA, but he didn't leave for the NBA right at the season after he won a title.
Where'd he go? The Thunder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
he's still coaching in the NBA. He must like it. He's with the Bulls now. So.
Yeah. Yeah, so look...
but yeah, there's been a long list of college coaches that have tried to make this jump and failed. And
what does Michigan do now? They still have Elliot Cadeau back.
Yeah.
They still have a couple. I'm sure they got a talented class coming in. They're gonna lose their big Ada Mara. They're gonna lose Yoxel. They're gonna lose all their starters except for Cadeau.
Yeah.
It will probably be draft picks the other 4.
Mm-hmm.
But you still have Trey McKinney. Who was a sophomore that stayed.
I think now that May's gone, all those guys are given like a free portal entry. now that their head coach has left the program.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the rules.
Yeah. Do you promote internally then on somebody that would maybe help Dusty, may recruit you to try to keep those recruits, or do you go outside?
He kind of puts them in a bad spot. This is a weird time. The portal's already closed. Like, you've already built your transfer portal.
The portal
classes.
is closed to enter and exit, but there's still a lot of kids their names are in the portal that you can still grab.
Yeah, but the top quality guys are all gone. now.
Sure, but we've seen even as of last week, Utah Tech adding kids to their, and they still have a couple roster spots left. Now I know that's a mid-major. We're not Michigan, the defending national champs, but there's still some talent in the portal.
Yeah,
but not as much as there was a month ago for sure. 100%. That's a good point. But like, there's still work to be done. And if some of these kids from Michigan get a free pass to go back into the portal, then you have an instant influx of talent. But a lot of the big teams have probably already spent all their NIL allocated money.
I'm looking at the transfer portal rankings right now.
Got to go hit up some more boosters for more coinage.
Only 2 players in the top 100 portal players are uncommitted at this time. So most everybody has
But those are
been
probably 2
snapped
really
up.
good players.
Yeah, top 100 players in the transfer portal, good players, but there's not many undecided guys. Like, this is a rough spot, Dusty, the timeline he's chosen to pursue here. I mean, I know you got to do what's best for you, but he leaves Michigan in a kind of a wake here.
So it's not done yet, but they are saying that they are finalizing this deal. And with the reports coming out, it looks very, very likely that this is going to be.
Shams, Schefter,
everybody's reporting
and Thamel all on it. So I think this is a legit thing.
So, hey, get him in the war room, get him into the draft, get him into the fold.
He's got to.
Where is Dallas picking at?
We don't have much time in the show, but let me find Dallas's draft position for you really quick here.
I'm looking
running out of time.
I think they're middle of the first round.
I think so. No, they're number 9. Number 9.
Okay, 9.
Number 9 pick.
They have a good pick.
Yeah.
They have a good pick. All right. Thanks to our great show sponsors, including the Rev Tour, therevstg.com. For Paulie, for Tara, I'm Devin. You guys have a blessed Monday. We'll see you on a Tuesday.